Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I am Patience. In today's video, I'll be giving you 6 reasons why your budget is probably a mess. Now, if you're struggling to budget, whether it's to make a budget, stick to a budget, or you feel like you have a budget, but somehow it's not working for you, any of these 6 reasons might be a reason why, and I'm going to give you some solutions as to how to help make sure that your budget is effective. I also have some budgeting videos on my channel and I will be making more in the future. So if you've not already, subscribe, and when I post a new video, you will get a notification and it will help make sure that your budget is not a hot mess. Number 1 is that you might be leaving out some categories. And this is something we do unconsciously. When we're budgeting, we forget certain categories like vacation, but then we want to go on vacation, but we've not saved. The time that you want to go on vacation should not be the time where you take all the money you have in other categories. It's something you should save up towards. If you're making a budget and you want to go on vacation, make a vacation category and save towards it. Another one could be splurging on certain things, whether it could be ourselves or experiences. Either way, a lot of us leave out this category, and what ends up happening is that we splurge on ourselves and that money's come from somewhere. Other categories could also be pet care if you have a pet, hanging out with friends, or doing certain experiences. It could also be giving. Some people don't budget their giving, and that should be a category if you are giving to an organization or to the church. So I think I'm going to list some categories over here and check your budget to see, do you have these categories? Do they pertain to you? And if they do and you don't have them, that could be a reason why your budget seems to not be working for you. The best budget is a wholesome budget that looks at you in all aspects of your life and encompasses that, so that you are making sure that you're saving towards it and that's how you want to live. Number 2 is that you are not accounting for inconsistent categories. So this also goes similar to planning for a vacation, but also sometimes miscellaneous things happen all the time. If you own a house, things break. Sometimes you just need something little. While we have many expenses that are month to month, there are some expenses that are not month to month. They come once in a while and they leave, but you still want to make sure that you are tracking those and you're saving up towards it. So let's say that in November, I go to the doctor and I have to pay $300. Well, this is not something that happens every month. Like I said, it happens in November. So I can save over the month so that when November comes, it would be very easy for me to pay it and not shake up my November budget. So I can start by saving maybe $30 a month every single month, and by the time November comes, I have the money I need to pay it. Number 3 is that you are allocating money based on what you think you need and what you think you spend versus what you actually do. A lot of us like to think that we are better at managing money than we actually are. And this happens to me as well, and the best of us. Let me tell you, it happens all the time. But making sure that you budget based on your habits and not what you want to achieve, but where you currently are, is the best way to go. It allows you to get a clear view of where you are, what you're currently spending, and if you want to change your habits, you can make the changes necessary to make sure that you become better at it. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I want to spend $200 a month on food. But looking back at my last 3 bank statements, it turns out I've been spending $400 a month on food. Me budgeting $200 for food, knowing I often spend more like $400, is putting myself in a situation where I would run out of money and have to take the money from a certain category. If I want my budget to be $200, I'm still going to budget $400 for this month, and then I'm going to work towards building a habit towards my grocery budget being $200. So whether it would be being mindful of what I eat, what I buy, maybe going grocery shopping, not ordering food out, whichever it is. But you want to look at your past habits. Your past behavior is the best predictor of future behavior. So don't underestimate your past behavior and think because you got a budget, you're going to stick to it. That's not how it works. It takes day-to-day action. Which leads to number 4, you are not being realistic. There's some things you really can't be unrealistic about. Like let's say if you pay rent or mortgage, the amount is the amount. So it's hard to be unrealistic about it. But when it comes to certain categories, such as maybe even utilities, if it's not the same every month, sometimes we have this thought that, oh, we're going to use less. Maybe we're going to buy less food, we're going to eat less, we're not going to do as many activities as we wanted to. And you can achieve some success in these areas, but don't be at the point of budgeting to an unrealistic amount. Like, let's say if you drive to work every day and your drive is about 30 minutes. Now you want to budget $50 a month on gas when you know these gas prices are so high and you like to drive on other places as well, not just to work. That's setting yourself up for failure. It could also be something like food. Again, a lot of us like to be unrealistic about how much we spend on food, but me budgeting $100 a month or even $150 a month on food is very unrealistic, because I know that's not just true. Like, no matter how hard I try, I don't know if I can live on $150 grocery bill. Maybe something to aspire to, but right now I can't. So why would I budget myself into that to set myself up for failure? And this goes along in a lot of categories. So don't be unrealistic. Really take a look at your life, where you are, how much you're spending, and budget based on it, whilst trying to make progress towards being better at managing your money. And number 5 is that you are not updating your budget. The budgets you made years ago will probably not work for you today. I've made many budgets. My budget changes every single year because things change in my life, whether it's my income changes, my rent changes, my food bill changes, where I am in my life changes. I just graduated from college, so my budget from last year would definitely not work for me this year. And so you would just want to make sure that you're updating your budget, and don't think that the budget should look the same every time across every people. Don't take somebody else's budget and try to let it fit into your lifestyle. Budget according to where you are in your life. If next year I get a pet, I'm gonna have to update my budget and add a pet category. Maybe I will need to get some pet insurance, or I'll definitely need to pay some pet rent, pet food. There's so many different things that comes along with owning a pet. So if that happens, I'm gonna have to update my categories. Another thing is that if something more significant happens in my life, again, updating your budget really helps to ensure that you're staying up to date and you are keeping yourself in the best situation, whilst also understanding where you are in your life. Number 6 is that you are being too hard on yourself. I know that income, spending, a lot of people are not great at managing either. And it's really easy to overspend, to live above your means, and to fall into the trap of consumerism. But sometimes a lot of us are very hard on ourselves to the point where you don't enjoy life. There is no reason why, if you're working in a good place financially, you shouldn't take a vacation once in a while, or at least a few times a year. Why not? Of course, you don't want to fall into consumer debt, but what's the point of making money and not enjoying the fruits of your labor? Take some time off. There is nothing wrong with buying yourself something nice once in a while. Don't feel guilty about it. You work hard. You're saving your money. You're in a good place comfortably. And then you can buy some things that make you happy, things that you always wanted. If you wanted a nicer car and now you've been able to save up money and you can afford it, you're also in a good place where it wouldn't break you. You have an emergency fund. Get it. Get that nicer car. It's going to be safer for you as well. Sure, why not? You know, if you want to take a trip to Bora Bora because that's something you always wanted to do, and for years you've saved up and now you can afford it, do it as well. I'm always in the mindset now of that I am enjoying this short life I know I have on this earth. I'm not going to live forever, so why not enjoy this beautiful life that God has given me? And I've had so many opportunities. I want to see the world. I don't want to hoard up a ton of money. I don't want to wake up one day when I'm 65 with all this money and then be like, oh my God, I wish I had taken this trip when I could hike up the mountains of Machu Picchu. You know, it's hard to take certain trips at a different part of your life. Why not enjoy it now if you're in a good place and you can afford it and you're not going to go into debt? So appreciate yourself. Buy nice things. I like nice things. Hey, I love nice things, and I do things to better myself in my life. And if there's something you've always wanted to do, if you wanted to learn, take a course, do it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just budget it in, and if it works out, it works out. And with that, that is all I have. Thank you. I hope this helps out. Hopefully this is something that can just help you make sure that you're not miserable in your life, like trying to budget every single penny, but also you're being cautious about where you are and you're taking a look at your finances and seeing yourself as a whole person who needs things yet can be able to manage their own finances. So thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if it was helpful to you. Ring that notification bell so that you will get a notification every single time I post a video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.